Oh my god, the Hannah Montana reunion was announced. I'm kind of losing my shit over that. I'm not gonna lie. Okay. Hi, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new. I'm Marina, or Marina, however you want to pronounce that, and we're doing my beginning of the year book tag. Now listen, is it almost the end of February? Yes. But I still really wanted to do this tag. Everyone did it in January, but I didn't start my YouTube until the end of January, so like, we're just gonna have to work with what we have here. And I still really wanted to do this tag kind of just to lay out what the year is gonna look like for me reading-wise. And kind of what it's gonna look like for this channel reading-wise, because most of the stuff I am still gonna be posting here about these books, reviews, wrap-ups, reading vlogs eventually, and all that jazz. So let's just get into the book tag. I have there's 17 questions here, and yes, I have notes because I film on my phone, so I had to write down all the questions. So if you see me looking down, it's just my cheat sheet over here. So question number 1 is how many books I want to read in 2026. 100. I want to read 100 books this year. I set that as my reading goal on Goodreads. I set that as my reading goal last year, and I did not meet it by a long shot. I only read okay, let's not say the word only. I read 55 books last year, which is still really good. But I read 80 books the year before that, so I was really hoping to get to 100 last year, but then I was in a reading slump all summer. Like, I did not touch a book between the months of May and August, so I lost a solid 3 months of reading time there. So yeah, I want to read 100 books. I started reading in 2022, so far it's been reading years have been 20 in 2022. In 23, I read 50. 2024, I read 80. Last year, 55. So this year, I'm hoping to get to 100. It's only 2 books a week also. So it's not impossible because I can easily read 3 to 4 books in a week if I'm in the mood for it, essentially. So yeah, how many books in 2026? 100 books. The next question is a book or a series that I'm likely to reread this year. And I did a video last week where I went through my top 10 favorite romance books of all time, and that video really had me itching to reread half of them. One I think I'm definitely going to reread this year, probably in the spring or summertime, is Magnolia Parks, because it's just one of my god tiers. I've only read it once in 2024, and I miss it. I miss it so much. Talking about it in that video last week just made me miss that world so much, and the yearning, and just, oh my god, the romance in that. Is it toxic? Is it messy? Yes, but I eat that shit up. I'm also heavily considering getting a tattoo for Magnolia Park, so before that, I do want to kind of reread it before I commit to literally tattooing the words on my arm, essentially. The Empyrean series is always a likely reread. I didn't reread them last year. It's been a year now since Onyx Storm came out. I might be emotionally stable enough to reread all 3 books. I miss it. That's also god tier. Those books mean everything to me, and I do miss the world, but it gets to me. It affects me a lot emotionally, to a point where I won't be able to read anything else once I reread them, so I'm kind of putting it off, but I probably will do it at some point. I'm also weirdly craving rereading Avatar. I've also only read that once in 2023, so it's been a few years since I've read my god tier books, and Avatar is up there too. And obviously, we are still hoping we could get Avatar 6 this year. So especially if we get that announcement, I'm rereading it. Another reread I wrote down from the video that I made last week was Archer's Voice. I think I'll reread Archer's Voice this summer, because that's also a book that I've read 3 years ago now. And again, as I brought it up and I talked about it in that video, I was like, damn, I really need to reread this shit. And then I wrote down Every Summer After, because I love that book, and it's becoming a TV show on Prime, if I'm not mistaken. And I think it has potential, so I do want to reread Every Summer After by Carly Fortune. Question number 3, a priority read on my 2026 TBR. Boys of Tommen. Boys of Tommen. That's it. I think you can see it behind me on my shelf. I don't know if the camera is reaching that high, but Boys of Tommen. Boys of Tommen. I've been meaning to reread those books for years now. I remember I've been following Larry for like probably 3 to 4 years now, and I remember Larry talking about them when they still had the old covers and only binding and keeping were out, and being like, okay, sure, because the old covers were hideous. I'm sorry. If anyone loves them, love that for you, but I thought they were hideous. But then they obviously started gaining more attraction, they became more popular, and now they became this freaking phenomenon that they are. Not gonna address the TV stuff. But I do want to read Boys of Tommen. I am hoping though that another book would be released this year before I read them, or at least soon after I've read them, because I do kind of know what I'm getting into with releasing 10, and it terrifies me. So I would love for there to be another book out after releasing 10, so that's not what I end off on. But oh yeah, I want to read Boys of Tommen so bad. I am planning on vlogging it, so keep your eye out for that. I think I'll read it in like April or May. That's the plan. Question number 4 is an author you won't be reading more books from in 2026. I'm currently reading Devil's Night by Penelope Douglas, and I think these are the last books that I'm gonna read by Penelope Douglas. So I'll just say Penelope Douglas. I have one more book left than Devil's Night, and I've read 2 books before that series, so I've now soon read like 6 books by her, and I just don't think it's for me. Like, the past 2 books that I've read Credence and Five Brothers, literally just for humor's sake. I just read them because I was bored and I wanted to be shocked and I wanted to be entertained. But Devil's Night I went into with more serious intention because a lot of people love that. It's a very loved series in the dark romance world. And I'm just not liking it. And I've read good dark romance. Like, I do know that the genre is for me once it's well done, but it's just, Devil's Night, it just feels very Wattpad. And I feel like I'm a bit too old to be reading that for the first time at this age. So yeah, I'll talk about it more in my reading wrap up, but I don't think I'll read any more by Penelope Douglas after I'm done with Devil's Night. Question number 5 is something new you want to read this year. Well, on the subject matter of dark romance, still dark romance and more specifically mafia books. I've read some dark romance, but I haven't fully dived into that world yet, and that's something I definitely want to do this year. I want to read a dark verse. I want to read Rena Kent, probably the Legacy of God series. I want to read, what's her name? Lola Young? No, that's not, that's the wrong person. What is the author's name? Lola something. She has like the North Shore series, and then now the new Silver Falls University, if I'm not mistaken. But anywho, that world. I want to read more dark romance and I want to read more mafia. I read the Maid series already, and now I'm reading Devil's Night, but I think the next series I'm gonna dive into will be Dark Verse. So yeah, let me know if anyone wants me to vlog that, because I just might. Question number 6 is a popular book you want to read. I have so many series that I want to read, so it was really hard to find just like a single standalone. And not that this is going to be a standalone either, but the popular book I want to read is Nightshade by Autumn Woods. This book came out like late last year, and it kind of really blew up on BookTok and BookTube. Like, everyone I follow who's read it has absolutely loved it and rated it 5 stars. But I've understood that it ends off in a cliffhanger, and the second book doesn't come out until the summer, I believe. So I do want to read it, but I might wait just a little so that the release of the second book is closer, because reading a book series while it's being published is a different type of torture. Like, Onyx Storm, anyone? Like, she hasn't even started writing the 4th book yet. Oh my god, I will just always revert back to that series. But yeah, the popular book I want to read is Nightshade by Autumn Woods. Question number 7 is most anticipated new book release in 2026. Avatar 6, anyone? It has not been confirmed if we're getting it this year, but come on, girl. She posted that the draft was finished last summer. Like, please, please, please. In case that book comes out, obviously, Avatar 6. But beyond that, the new Emily Henry book, I think it's called Fever Dream. The next Abby Jimenez book, I think it's called The Night We Met. They're still coming out in the spring, summertime, I believe. The new Carly Fortune book, Our Perfect Storm. The new Liz Tom-Forty book, In Her Own League. Oh my god, I'm so excited. I'm so excited for that book. I loved Windy Cities, and especially Caught Up is my favorite book. And if you've read Caught Up, then you know Monty, and we're getting his book, and I'm so excited. I never thought I would be this excited to read about a dad in a book, but who knows? But here we are. So yeah, in our own league, that I might be most excited for at the moment, because yeah, I think it's gonna be like Caught Up potential, and Caught Up was also in my top 10 romance books of all time, so I'm essentially treating it as a spin-off of Caught Up, because it basically is. Question number 8 is a bookish goal that I have for 2026. I was struggling with this one a bit. I think I'm gonna just go with being more consistent with reading, because I have like weeks when I don't touch a book at all, and then the next week I'm like, oh my god, I haven't read in a week, I need to read like 3 books this week. Like, more just kind of being consistent with it and trying to read every single week, not every single day, but at least once every single week, preferably twice. Because I kind of have a problem where I won't start a book, or I won't read unless I have at least like 2 to 3 hours to read. It helps me get quicker through books, and I don't have the best self-control at stopping after like 1 hour. But maybe just trying to be a little more chill about that. Like, you don't need a whole day to read a book from cover to cover. Like, you can read like an hour or 2 before bed, and that's perfectly fine. So yeah, I guess that's just my goal, is being more consistent with reading and trying not to be so insane about it and just extremely type A. Question number 9 is a book that's been on your TBR that you won't ever read. And I already took this off of my Goodreads one to read like a couple of weeks ago, and that book is The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I don't think I'm ever gonna get to this book. I've had this on my Goodreads since like 2021 or 2022, I believe. I've read 2 books by Taylor Jenkins Reid. I read Daisy Jones and the Six, and then Malibu Rising. I did like them, but I didn't love them. Like, the books are good. She's undeniably an incredible author, but she just writes more fiction, and I'm definitely more of a romance/romantasy type of reader. So it's like, as much as I can like objectively think the book is good, it's just not for me. So yeah, I don't think I'll ever read Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, unless it gets made into a movie or something, and then I might be interested in reading it if the movie looks promising. Same thing happened with Daisy Jones and the Six. I read the book because the show came out, and then I watched the show, and I actually really loved the show, maybe even more than the book. And Malibu Rising also was that was good, but not in a way where I'm like wanting to read every single book she's ever written. Okay, question number 10. Oh my god, this is the question I'm most excited for, and that is a book series that you want to read in 2026. And bro, there is so many on that list. There is so many on that list. Obviously, I already mentioned Boys of Thomas, so I'm not gonna mention that one again, but I have so many fantasy series that I want to read this year. At number 1 is probably Zodiac Academy. I've been wanting to read that for a while, but it's like 10 books, and then there's also like spin-offs that you kind of could read in between them. I don't think I'm gonna do that. I think I'll just read the main series, but it's like 9 or 10 books, and they're thick. So I'm slightly intimidated, but I do want to read Zodiac Academy this year. I'm thinking of planning that for beginning of the year, like, or spring, summertime too. Another one is the Legacy series. I'm a little scared though, because the last book just came out and a lot of people hated it, but I'm gonna try to just keep an open mind when I read the series. I think the first book is called The Reign of Shadows and Endings, if I'm not mistaken. The author is like Melissa K. Rorick or something. You'll see up here. Then I want to read the House of Devils series. The first book is on my shelf, so I'm gonna cheat. It's, hold on, City of Gods and Monsters, City of Souls and Sinners, City of Lies and Legends, and then City of Smoke and Brimstone. So I have all 4 books on my shelf. I think I might want to read those in March, because I've been looking forward to them for a while. I had them on in my Amazon cart for like a whole year, but the books were so expensive because they were indie published, and then by the end of last year they finally got traditionally published, and the price like dropped in half, and I was like, oh my god, it's finally time. So I ordered all 4 of them, and I'm so excited to read them. So yeah, Zodiac Academy, the Legacy series, the House of Devils series, and then I would like to get to From Blood and Ash, but also like 10 books. And then another 10 books from the spin-off that you kind of should read in tandem with them. So that's 20 books to commit to. So if I do get around to that this year, it'll probably be on the second half of the year, maybe like fall-ish, I'm thinking. I also would like to buy the book, so buying 20 books is obviously an insane investment, but I would like to know what the hype is about that series, because it is a very popular one on BookTok, up there with like ACOTAR and such. And then lastly, I just put the DC Stars series by Chelsea Curto. It's not fantasy, it's sports romance, it's hockey romance exclusively, if I'm not mistaken. And yeah, I'm just craving like a good, fluffy, spicy, rom-com-y, funny, giggly sports romance. Like, oh yeah, I think I'll also read that in the summertime. Like, I'm really excited. Same thing with those, is they are indie published books, so they are a bit more expensive. So I'm hoping they might get traditionally published this year at some point, or I'll just splurge on them this summer or something. Are they on Kindle Unlimited? Yes. But I think it's a series that I'm gonna absolutely love, so I would like to own the books, but we'll see, I guess. Question number 11, who are my auto-buy authors for 2026? Obviously the obvious ones, like already mentioned, whose releases I'm excited for, like Elsie Silver, Abby Jimenez, Liz Tom Forty, Ali Hazelwood. I have every single Ali Hazelwood book on my shelf. I always enjoy them more or less. They're like 3 to 4 stars for me. Some are 5 stars. And then also Jessa Hastings. I still have 2 books that I need to read by her. I have Time of Your Life and then Never by Jessa Hastings left, but her writing is just on a whole other level for me. Like I mentioned, I literally want to get her words tattooed on me from Magnolia Parks. Like, the way she writes is just so beautiful and so poetic that it's like I'm just in awe when I'm reading her books. Like, I'm like, how does one write this? Like, it is insane to me. So yeah, anything Jessa Hastings writes, I will buy. Ooh, question number 12, a book to show or book to movie adaptation you're excited for this year. There are actually a lot. First one is definitely Off Campus. Off Campus, we just got the release month that is coming out in May, and I also included The Deal in my last video as one of my top 10 romance books of all time, and obviously The Deal is book 1, and season 1 is gonna be about The Deal. It's gonna be Garrett and Hannah, and I'm so excited! I was a little scared by the casting once they first announced that, but I've warmed up to it since. I think we should probably get a trailer or at least a teaser like any time now in the coming weeks, and I'm so excited. So excited. Like, I think it's gonna be done well. I have hopes because The Summer I Turned Pretty, except for the last season, I don't really care for season 3, but The Summer I Turned Pretty was obviously one of the best book to show adaptations we've seen, and like Off Campus just seems like a series that would be easy to adapt to TV and would also work as a TV show. So I'm really excited for that one. Like, I'm already like planning a watch party in my brain for my cousin and my best friend. My cousin's read the books. My best friend's not a reader, but I'm probably gonna force her to watch that anyway. Yeah, Off Campus. Also, Every Summer After, I already mentioned that's becoming a TV show, also on Prime, maybe. Yeah, kind of excited about that one. I'm not 100% sold on the casting, but again, I'm going in with an open mind and I'm giving the actors a shot. Then movie-wise, The Love Hypothesis. That's my favorite Ali Hazelwood book. It was one of the first romance books I ever read when I got into reading, so it also is like a very special book for me and holds a special place in my heart as the first kind of romance books to kind of introduce me to modern romance books, essentially. And I love Lily Reinhardt. And I'm really excited to see what she does with Olive's character. And also, Adam's casting is pretty darn good. The casting is pretty darn good. So, yeah, very excited for that one. And then lastly, I don't know if this is a controversial opinion, but Verity. I'm actually really excited for Verity, like Anne Hathaway and Dakota Johnson. Like, come on. And they also kind of look alike with the bangs and the hair, and then just, yeah. I know Coho adaptations are a bit of a controversial thing, thanks to, It Ends With Us, but I am really excited for Verity, and I think it should be coming out in like October, November, like towards the end of the year, so I am really excited to see that book come to life. because it is one of the only thrillers I've ever read, if you can call it that. I think you can. But yeah, so Verity. Question number 13 is a sequel you're anticipating. The Ballad of Falling Dragons. The Ballad of Falling Dragons by Sarah A. Parker. I read When the Moon Hatched, like, beginning of last year, I believe. Yeah, I think it was January of 2025 that I read it, which was late on because the book had already been out for like a year and a half at that point, I think. Did I give the book 3.5 stars? Yes. But it has potential. It has potential. Like, the first book was a bit slow for me. The romance, even if it's kind of the core of the story, it still felt somewhat like a subplot. Like, the first book was very slow, a lot of world building. I was kind of bored for a good chunk of it. But then the ending and the reveal that we got and the cliffhanger that it left us on, like, I gave the first book 3.5 stars, but I do think the second book has 5-star potential if it's executed well. And that book has been pushed back so many times. It was supposed to come out in like October of last year, and now I do think it's finally getting published in April of this year. So we have like 2 months left. But yeah, and I might reread When the Moon Hatched before that comes out, just to be like fully prepared. But yeah, The Ballad of Fallen Dragons. I'm weirdly excited about this, considering I wasn't crazy about the first book, but the ending, like, I need answers because the cliffhanger and the reveal was insane. And the plot was like strangely built, where everything was kind of revealed towards the end and you were like, whoa, where did that come from? Because I'd been like weirdly bored. And then I was like, oh my god, that makes so much sense. That's insane. So yeah, that one. Also, Gods and Monsters book 5. We don't have a title yet. We don't have a release date yet. The author did tease just the other day on IG being like, should I just drop the cover, the name, and the release date all at once? And I was like, hell yeah. But yeah, that's the Gods and Monsters series, which is the Book of Azrael. It's the first book. And the 4th book came out in October, and I read all of them back to back. And the ending of book 4, yeah, give me book 5 right the fuck now. Thank you. And then lastly, The Lion and the Deathless Dark. Is that what it's called? The Lion and the Deathless Dark? Yeah. So that's book 5 in the Crowns of Nyaxia series. I just read all books in the Crowns of Nyaxia universe in January. So I'm very excited for the next duet, because we still have 1 duet left, and this is book 1 from that, and it's coming out in August. I think she releases a book every August every year. So yeah, The Lion and the Deathless Dark by Carissa Broadbent. Very much excited for that one too. Question number 14 is bookish things I'm leaving in 2025. Now listen, did I just tell you that I want to own the Darkverse and the DC Stars and so on? Yes, but I also wrote down not owning every single book that I read. Because up until this point, now I obviously have a Kindle, so the game has fully changed for me. But before that, I was reading books as I was buying them. Like, I own every book that I've read before that, because I didn't have a Kindle. I refused to go to the library because I would just never give the books back, because I am very much... Essentially, I love collecting books as much as I love reading them. Like, we all know buying books and reading books are 2 different hobbies. But obviously that was also slowing me down, because I'm broke. So me reading at the same pace that I'm buying books obviously was limiting me. So now that I have a Kindle, the game has changed for me, because I don't have to buy every single book that I read. If I read a book on Kindle and I really, really, really love it, I might buy it. But also now knowing that the books are not going to disappear, that I still have my Kindle, the books are still there. So if I do ever want to go back and reread some, I can. But yeah, something I'm leaving behind purely now because I have a Kindle is the fact that I don't have to buy and I don't need to own every single book that I read. Question number 15 is what to expect from this account. Weekly videos. I'm very much sticking to the fact that I'm going to post every single weekend. I am going to start posting reading vlogs eventually. Like I said, I might vlog the Darkverse. I might vlog the House of Devils. I don't know. I will definitely vlog Boys of Tommen. I do want to do reading challenges. I do want to do the whole reading for 24 hours challenge. I just need to figure out the schedule with my work, because I do work part-time. And then I do eventually just want to do vlogs. I have a trip coming up in May. I am planning on vlogging that. So yeah, just weekly bookish content, future challenges, reading vlogs, and then eventually just vlogs too. So yeah, hope you stick around for that. Question number 16 is how has my reading taste evolved from last year? I don't really know. I guess I'm just kind of learning what I like in books. Like, I'm very much a people pleaser. I'm very much like a follower. I'm very much of a like, if someone loves a book, I want to love it too. But I think I'm just learning more what I like and what I don't like. Like right now I'm reading Devil's Night. I just read book 3 and everyone I know and follow has given that book 5 stars. And I'm like, I love that for you, but I just don't like it. So I guess what has changed since last year is just me getting more comfortable in my own opinion and like being able to rate a 5-star book like 3 stars and just be like, listen, I love that everyone else loves this book, but I just did not have that experience. And obviously reading is subjective. We're all gonna feel different ways and of the different book, but just kind of not falling into a rabbit hole of feeling like, am I the problem because I didn't like this book? Because it's just everyone's individual reading experience, basically. And lastly, question number 17 is bookish creators that inspire you. I already mentioned Larry. I've been following Larry for so many years. That's at Larry Reads on YouTube, Larissa Campuzano. I adore her. I adore her. She, oh my god. Then Marina, I found her on Book Talk like 2 years ago. Then she started her YouTube. She posts every Friday. I wait for Friday now every single week. Oh my god, she's just so real. She's so real and she's such a unique and funny person. Like I just, oh my god. Yana, I watch her videos. Emmy Reads, Madison Kate, Bailey. Yeah, I think those are the ones I watch the most. And yeah, and obviously I am a sucker for when they all get together. It's like freaking a crossover of universes. Like it's, yeah. In my head, I'm the 4th person in the friend group of Mariana, Larry, and Yana. Essentially. So yeah, I love them. Love them, love them, love them. They inspire me so much. I look forward to their videos every single week. And yeah, it's basically who gave me the confidence and just the passion basically to start doing this. To just share my love for my favorite books or not so favorite books and talk about that too. And just all the variety of the emotions and experience that we have as readers. I just think it's so interesting how books vary and how opinions vary and how emotions vary on who's reading the same book. Like it's just never gonna get old, essentially. Like reading, it's never gonna go anywhere. Like, yeah, those people definitely inspire me insanely much. Yeah, that was the last question. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next weekend. Bye!